Hi, folks. Today, we're going to take a look at Leroy Truth, Garden State Accountability, and the Exposure Report as they go to another Union City city meeting and cause a disruption. But before we start today's video, as always, a big thank you to all my current and new channel members and subscribers. Without all of your support, I couldn't keep the channel going, so I thank you all personally from the bottom of my heart. And a quick word from today's sponsor. Today's sponsor is Aura. It's that time of year again. Stores are full of shoppers, and Mariah Carey comes out of her icy thaw to demand her tribute as always.
It's
And with us traveling and shopping online more, we need to keep our online security safe, and this is where today's sponsor can help, Aura. Aura is an online digital security that protects your data with 24-hour monitoring of your personal data, your credit, and make sure your data doesn't get sold off to data brokers. And with it being the holiday season, we do a lot more traveling and we're going to be on public Wi-Fi a lot.
I'm not driving, I'm traveling.
And doing online shopping can leave your data open to data thieves and data brokers selling off your data and hackers and scammers trying to get your info, but you can make your data safe. Aura is offering you a free 14-day trial by clicking my link, aura.com/NCR, or scanning the QR code. You can cancel at any time. So let Aura help keep your data safe this holiday season. That's aura.com/NCR, or scan the QR code or click the link down in the description box and start your free 14-day trial. Thank you again to Aura for sponsoring today's video, and don't forget to sign up for your free 14-day trial. Not only is it a great way to help keep your personal data safe, but it's a great way to help support me and the channel. With all that being said, let's enjoy today's video.
Paid by Sacco.
Are we back?
Come on. Grow up. So, good evening, commissioners. I wish you guys would take your job seriously. I'm Garden State Accountability, and I'm here representing the people of New Jersey. We believe that no child in the public schools should ever feel unsafe, unheard in their own school or community. Over the past 3 weeks, Union City High School graduate Jonathan Almeida, class of 2003, came forward publicly with a powerful interview with Leroy Truth Investigations and David Snow with the Exposure Report. In that interview, Jonathan made deeply disturbing allegations against Union City teacher and assistant principal Edwin Marinas. Before I continue, I want to make this absolutely clear. Everything I'm saying tonight is alleged. These allegations are not proven facts. But every person mentioned is innocent until proven guilty in the court of law. Jonathan alleged that that Union City, New Jersey assistant principal teacher Edmund Marinas used to ask students while he was coaching football as young as 7 years old if they would like to see his DICK.
Now, these are some very serious and heavy accusations that Garden State Accountability is starting with. And if these accusations are true, then this definitely needs to be reported and investigated. But there's some things that Garden State Accountability is leaving out. The interview that Leroy Truth and the Exposure Report had with the person who came forward said that this took place while they were in high school between the years of 2001 and 2002. And if this is true and he hasn't told anybody, there is a statute of limitations. Now, New Jersey has very unique laws with this. If it was just him exposing himself with no intent in a sexual nature, then that could just be a misdemeanor lewdness charge, which would have a 1-year statute of limitations. However, if there was a sexual aspect to it, like he did it just for sexual gratification, then there is an extension to that because it could be raised to a felony, which would actually add to the statute of limitations in New Jersey, 7 years of it being reported to the age of the victim's 55th birthday. But if there's been no reports to law enforcement, and it's just Leroy and the Exposure Report getting this interview and putting it on their Facebook pages and their YouTube channels, then it's highly questionable. I'm not doubting any victims were hurt if this is actually true, and I'm not trying to come off that way, but I think it calls for question for more serious investigations.
And then he would suddenly, according to Jonathan Almeida, whip his DICK out in front of students in front of the students. I mean, that's disgusting. I mean, we need to take these allegations seriously. We need to have an investigation. It's not acceptable. We need to suspend. Um, we need to suspend the principal until there's a full investigation. And from what I hear, this is not the first time. Mayor Stack has been accused of protecting and covering up and even promoting alleged sexual predators for over the past 23 years.
Oh, now you fucked up. Now you fucked up. Now you fucked up. You have fucked up now.
Now, this could be a bit of hot water for Garden State Accountability, because this could be considered defamation per se. Now, yes, a public official is required to take some more criticisms more than the average person, but accusing somebody of being a protector of sexual predators or sex offenders is a very nuanced thing, and it can be considered defamation because it could hurt their reputations. And there have been cases where politicians have been accused of such things and have won defamation cases like that.
Isn't there an officer or someone he directed for the head of schools? What was that, Leroy?
Sergio de Rojas.
Sergio de Rojas. Yeah, Sergio de Rojas was accused by a female dispatcher of forcing her to perform oral sex. And, you know, I mean, it's these things, I think you like it. I think you like it.
Ignoring everything.
So let that sink in. A man accused of sexual extreme assault.
He's folding shirts. He's folding shirts.
Yes, a man accused of extreme sexual assault whose case resulted in a payout victim. Now, so this is not just negligence, it's immoral and it's a pattern. Mayor Stack has repeatedly surrounded himself with people accused of predatory behavior. Instead of removing them, he protects them, promotes them, and punishes the victims who come forward.
Now, again, this is leading down the path of a defamation lawsuit. Making these accusations without any real proof of these people's crimes or being guilty of them can be defamation, especially if you're indicating that Mayor Brian Stack himself is guilty of doing these things without any proof that it actually is happening. Now, this is the kind of theatrical performances we're expected to see from Garden State Accountability, Leroy Truth, and the Exposure Report, and others who follow with them. I mean, look at the recent video that Garden State Accountability posted of him going to the school board meeting and trying to provoke a confrontation with the security guard when they were trying to clean up after the meeting. Look at when they go to the city of Groton, when they go to other cities in New Jersey and go to these meetings. It's not about actual activism. It's not about any actual concern. They're doing this for theatricality. They're doing this to get clicks and views. If they were truly serious, they would gather the evidence, inform the police, and launch an actual investigation on this stuff, not just put it up on YouTube.
People that work for the city. Mayor Stack, Superintendent how do you say that name? Abdadio, the Board of Education, you cannot keep hiding behind silence. Do we have quorum? Do we? Do we have quorum?
What the fuck are you talking about, man?
Yeah, I guess that's it for now.
Anyone else wishing to comment, please step forward at this time.
Good evening. David Snow of the Exposure Report. Tonight I want to talk about something that's been ignored for too long, and it's the safety of our children in Union City. Because Brian Stack isn't protecting children, he's protecting predators. He doesn't punish them, he promotes them. He campaigns for them, he gets them elected. He puts them right back around children like nothing ever happened. Let's start with Sergio de Rojas, the man alleged to sexually assault a female dispatcher. So what does Brian Stack do? He appoints him as head of security for Union City Public Schools, the person responsible for protecting our kids. That's not leadership, that's negligence.
Now, these are, again, serious accusations. Are you doing something about it other than just doing these live streams on YouTube? Are you contacting law enforcement agencies? Are you trying to get the word out even further by contacting other major news outlets and providing stories and giving them leads to help follow up with? Because if you're not doing that and you're not doing anything to stop this from happening, like contacting the news or the Department of Justice or the FBI or the Bureau of Investigations for your state, how can you put an end to this corruption? How can you put an end to all of these serious accusations you guys are making? I mean, if you're providing no proof and no cause or solution to stop it, what are you actually trying to accomplish here? I'm not trying to take any, credibility from any victims if this is true. But I'm asking these frauditors, what are they doing to stop it? What are they trying to do to put an end to it?
Then we have Jimmy Davis, who Stack helped get elected sheriff. Davis settled 2 lawsuits related to allegations of sexual misconduct. And again, Stack did, yeah, you campaigned for him. Mayor Stack campaigned for him. Stack campaigned for them. Brian Stack, the mayor of Union City, campaigned for them. He didn't back away, he backed them publicly. And then there's Jim McGreevey, the disgraced former governor who resigned after sex scandal. Another one in Stack's circle. Different face, same pattern. And now, Edwin Marinas, accused of exposing himself to high school students as early as 2003. A former student came forward on record, on camera, in an interview with myself and Leroy Truth, saying Marinas exposed his genitals to student athletes. Since that story broke, there have been conversations with other women who attended Union Hill High when he taught there. They said he was sleeping with female students as young as 14 or 15, even allegedly got one pregnant.
Dramatization may not have happened.
People in this community know they talk quietly because they're scared of retaliation, scared of losing jobs, scared of being targeted. Because here in Union City, we've seen that retaliation and manipulation firsthand. We've been attacked in the streets of Union City simply for existing, for being present, because we've become the enemy for asking the hard questions. Leroy and other colleagues of ours attacked physically, air horns, blowing our ears, hit with signs, pushed, shoved, hit, kicked, slammed into cars, even strangled in Brian Stack's Union City.
Yeah, that air horn thing was funny, and I don't think we'll ever get tired of watching Leroy freaking out over the air horns. But the reason why you guys are dealing with all this hostility and all of the things that you're saying is going on is not because you're exposing the truth or you're pointing out the corruption. It's because the people of Union City are sick and tired of your guys' behavior and of you trying to silence their First Amendment rights. You guys claim to be champions of the First Amendment. You're protectors of it. But yet when other people try to exercise their First Amendment rights to redress their government, they can't. Because you guys go to city council meetings and you get the time cut down, or you get the public comment stopped entirely early because of the stuff that you pull. You go to political events where the candidates can meet the constituents and hear from them and try to see how they can benefit them. But instead, you take them over with these got you questions and trying to expose them with something that may or may not even be true to get them to just end it early. You've done that. Both the exposure report and Leroy has done that.
And through it all, no accountability, zero. Instead, they push lies, saying we're working for Nick Sacco and being paid off by other politicians. That's nonsense. It's a spin move meant to turn Stack followers against us, to make them think we're outsiders trying to tear their city down.
You sure about that? You sure about that? You sure about that?
We're not. We're trying to lift it up. We want Union City to be better, safer, stronger. We want officials who serve with integrity, not intimidation. We want officials, and that goes for every town in Hudson County, across New Jersey, and across this country. Yet the Board of Education, under Stack's influence, refuses to act regarding Edwin Marinas. He still works as vice principal, walking those same hallways, surrounded by children every day. And let's be honest, this isn't about proving guilt in the courtroom. It's about protecting kids while we search for the truth. Even if there's a chance that these allegations are real, he should be suspended immediately.
You know, we can all agree we want to keep children safe. We don't want them to be around predators. And if this man that you're accusing of being a predator is a predator and the mayor's not doing something, you have recourse. You can actually contact the state police, the Department of Justice. You can get them to launch an investigation to see if this is actually happening. And if so, they can take the appropriate steps to protect the children. Going to a city council meeting like you're doing now with Leroy and not going through the proper channels of contacting law enforcement to get an investigation started is not helping to protect the children. All you're doing is doing this for clout at this point.
That's what any responsible system would do. Brian Stack doesn't see it that way because he doesn't have children in our public schools. He calls his dogs his children, and that's fine, love your pets. But where's the same concern for actual children in Union City? For the parents sending their kids into these buildings every morning, trusting the system to protect them. At the end of the day, this is simple. You can't call yourself a leader if you protect predators more than survivors. You can't claim to love Union City like family if you ignore what's happening to its children. Real family protects their children. Real leadership faces hard truths, not hide behind power. Suspend Edwin Marinas tonight, launch a full investigation, and start putting children before politics.
Anyone else wishing to comment at this?
Yes. David, please make sure this is framed. I am Leroy Truth of Leroy Truth Investigations. I am speaking now to the most corrupt, vile politician in the history of the state of New Jersey. Excuse me, stop talking during my public comment time. You number one protector of sexual predators, Mayor and Senator Brian Stack, stop talking.
So I guess Leroy wants a defamation lawsuit in his future as well. Now, I keep bringing up defamation lawsuits, and it's because of how they are, talking towards the mayor and the things that they're saying. Now, yes, we have the right to redress our government, and they are forced to take our criticisms. However, when you step from the realm of opinion to factual statements that aren't true, that could be defamatory, that could be harmful to one's reputation, that could be filled with malice, that is defamation. And that's what Leroy and them are doing. It's one thing to say the way the mayor votes is questionable. I believe he's trying to do that. That's opinion. But when you flat out say, like Leroy just did, that is a defamation statement. That would be grounds for a lawsuit.
Talking. I want my time back. I've been talking for 10 seconds and you interrupted me. Stop talking, Stack. I want my 30 seconds back.
I want them back. Oh, I'd only waste them anyway.
Please, reset the clock. Reset the clock. Open Public Meetings Act. The first thing you said when Mikey Sherrill won was, not like Mikey Sherrill won, you said to me, anyone, Kiss Tacos asked what you said. Sexual predator protector, number one here, look at this. He jumped the meeting down. You just broke the Open Public Meetings Act, your Stack. Open the public time. Well, you are the biggest liar. Edwin Marinas must be immediately suspended as a teacher in Union City. He has credible allegations of sexual assault against him, Brian Stack. Why are you protecting him? Why are you protecting an alleged sexual assaulter, Edwin Marinas, assistant principal? Why? You must immediately suspend him tonight, Senator Stack. You are a disgrace. The children of Union City are not safe as long as you and the commissioners are here, and also this vile captain here.
And yet another prime example of what I was just talking about. Another city council meeting shut down due to the antics of Leroy Truth and his band of merry idiots. How can people exercise their First Amendment rights when these so-called champions of the First Amendment, these so-called activists and journalists, shut down meetings with their own bad behavior? We're ending it here, folks. If you guys like this video, please like, share, and subscribe. Leave a thumbs up and a comment because it helps me with the algorithm. Don't forget to check out my second channel, the podcast, and don't forget to sign up for your free 14-day trial with Aura. With all that being said, be well, be safe, and I will see you guys next time. And a very special thank you to all members of the news team. Without all of your support, I couldn't keep this channel going. So I want to thank you all personally from the bottom of my heart. You guys mean the world to me, and I can never thank you enough. You guys rock.